Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing today? Happy Sunday. The market is weirdly pumpy for a Sunday. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way in. All right. Happy Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Pile on and sound off in the chat. I'm gonna let the song finish today. I bought the whole thing. Why not listen to the whole thing? The weirdest intro song that ever existed. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Smash the like button on your way in. I appreciate you guys for joining. Shanamex said, hi, got banned? What do you mean you got banned? All right. Hey, happy Sunday, guys. Happy Sunday. All right. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button on your way in. I appreciate you guys for joining me. A little bit spicy in my room. A little bit spicy right now. I think I lowered my chair a little too much. Maybe it'll force me to fix my posture. All right, Bitcoin currently trading at 105,781 and 80 cents, looking good, up 1.11% on the day, which is pretty spicy for Bitcoin. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, "What's up, all? Sunday pump ZBCN." Let's go take a look. Oops. Cool. 11.92%. Very nice, very cool. There's teenagers walking around my apartment. I want to go outside and yell at them. I've reached that age already. They're not even doing anything. They're just walking around. As a 32-year-old man, I think it's like I'm legally obligated to go yell at them for some reason. Anyways, Bitcoin chilling. Our liquidation heat map is... Ooh, look at that. We're totally hitting that. 105,843. We're hitting that right now. And then above that, we got, I'm going to go all the way up to here. Why not? 106,389. And then down below, we got 23 million. Yeah, I'll do that. 104,673. And then at the very bottom chunk, let's go to 103,738. Okay, cool. Aussie Con called for 104,000. Something happened. We got some kind of bullish something going on, and people are buying. People are scooping up all the crypto that they can. So market's getting a little pumpy, which is exciting stuff. Bitcoin 105,809, up 1.15% on the day, which is a big pump for Bitcoin. ETH is currently at 0.55% on the day, 25.42. As soon as we get above 25.81, it is game on. Heading towards 27.50 pretty quickly. This little double bottom thing we've seen play out numerous times. This actually looks more like an inverse head and shoulders to me, which actually played out quite nicely, almost like a Bart. But anyways, we have the same thing right here too. Got a nice little W going on. Momentum wave pushing to the upside. RSI also pushing to the upside, looking good. Sol is up 0.85% on the day. Also a little double bottom action. 152 support. Billy said, JJ, you're behind in super chats. Let's go. There are no super chats, really. Philly said, Jersey Mike's are closing. They filed bankruptcy. That would actually be crazy. I don't want anyone to file bankruptcy. They just need to fix their bread. Attention, teenage daughter, cover your eyes. The big people are being immature. All right. Yeah, Sol looks good. Little double bottom action. If Sol can get back above 162, 163, then it'll be bull time. Total 3. Beautiful double bottom here as well. Looking good. It did not recouple to the fractal, which is great. Jim Derringer said YM and ES fairly natural. Monday open should be interesting. Aussie Con said hello everyone. What's going on, Aussie Con? We got your line on here. I think we got bullish news that are causing us to pump a little bit. It's getting interesting. Jim Derringer said Jersey Mike's got acquired by Blackstone a while back. Private equity is the death of us. Aussie Con said time and level for the daily close. Time is 8 p.m. level. I have no idea. XRP is up 0.45% on the day. Oh, I think I missed ADA. ADA's up 0.01%. Woo! Oh my gosh. Killing it. Up 0.01. Oh, now it's down 0.01. ADA can't catch a break. It's getting comical, but it is what it is. SNEK is up 5%, which is nice. XRP is up 0.4% on the day. Getting a little bit of a struggle bus. There's a lot of points of confluence here with 214, 217, 222, 286, or 228, I'm sorry. So there's going to be a lot of points where it's got to break through. As of right now, it's kind of in like a, it almost looks like a little symmetrical triangle kind of thing playing out. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. We do have a inverse head and shoulders on the RSI. Whether or not that means something, I have no clue. We'll have to find out. HBAR is up 0.84% on the day. Also not doing a whole lot. Got a little bounce at like the midpoint in between 15.9 and 16.4. Broke above 16.4. It seems to have some kind of resistance at 16.9, so probably 17. Struggling to get above that. If it does get above it, then we'll look for 17.83 for our next target. SWE is up 3%, actually, 3.16%. Looking good. We had like a temporary, little support zone here at 325. It did get back above that, which is great. Aussie Con said Cookie is pumping. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, I heard Powell is going to resign. Rumor, of course. That is one of our rumors today. That is allegedly leading to this pump. Jim Derringer said, buy the company, strip its profits, sell it off, rinse, repeat. Yeah, that's usually what they do. That's why indie games are actually outperforming AAA games right now, because AAA game studios are just being gutted. The Fed showing weakness would just cause chaos in the markets. I highly doubt Powell is going anywhere. I don't think he's going to resign. I agree that would actually be a bad thing, but I do think we might get rate cuts. He's supposed to talk tomorrow, so that's probably going to be a big point of contention. We'll see what occurs because of that. Billy said, if even that, if even what? Could this be a bull trap or a bear trap, however you say it? This right now would be a bull trap if it was a trap. It could be. You could make the argument that this was a bear trap, though. So, I don't know. It's hard to tell. I will say, we did point this out yesterday, and it's pretty indicative of a move. We've had a pump, chop, little pump, shakeout, and then it occurs again. Pump, chop, little pump, shakeout, and then what comes next? The same exact thing, maybe bigger this time. Pump, chop, little pump, shakeout, and the show goes on. It just gets bigger every single time. Who knows? Jim Derringer said tariffs have flipped from bull traps to bear traps. Funny stuff. That is pretty funny. Aussie Khan said I need to sell. I bought for 50K yesterday. Nice. I think Bitcoin is going to 1065 max. 1065. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. Where was I? I was on Ondo. Ondo got a lovely little bounce at 80.24. A little bit of resistance at 84.84 right now. If it breaks through that, 90s in the cards. After that, 95, which is a big point of contention for me. I want 95 to break and hold with conviction. As of right now, Ondo's been kind of just getting decimated, honestly. I would like Ondo to start doing a little bit better. It kind of looks like crap, I'm not gonna lie. But we'll see. We will see what happens. It is up 1.94% on the day, which is great. So I'm not gonna discount their pump, because it is a nice little pump. We got a little higher low and everything. W action going on. Aerodrome is up 6.81% on the day. My target almost hit. Almost. We got a little double bottom at 50. Beautiful. Nice psychological support level right there. Perfect W. Like, that hit the same target twice. That's sick. So it could go up from here. I would not be surprised if it does. If you played this out, the second it broke below and retested and confirmed that bearishness, let's say you were even a little bit late to the party. You could have traded this right here. And even right now, you'd have made 10% on a short, which I'm assuming you're using leverage at least 2x, so you could have made 20%, which is pretty nice. RSI is chilling in the middle. We did get a confirmed green dot back here, so that would have indicated a buy, in which case you could have, let's say you bought right here, gotten an 8% trade. Very nice. Pinlink is down 1.27%. Little inverse head and shoulder potential action going on. Doesn't look too bad. Render's up 1.71% on the day. Struggling to get back above 4, but it is there. Little bounce at 374. Broke below for a quick second. 350 is going to be a big point of support if it gets that low. I would love to see it break above 4 and just chill in the 4 zone. 4 and 432 in this little area for a little bit. That'd be sick. Polkadot down 0.05% on the day. Struggling a little bit, kind of trying to set up a double bottom, but not quite getting it. RSI was oversold for a hot second yesterday, or Friday, and it's now chilling just towards the lower half. Momentum wave also chilling towards the lower half. Nothing really to write home about on Polkadot. If it does go up, it's got potential to go up a decent amount. We'll see. CAS is up 5.92% on the day. Nice 3.38% candle in the 4-hour time frame. Currently trading at 8.8 cents. 5.92 is pretty significant. We could range between 8.2 and 9.7 for a minute here, as we've done in the past. Right here. So we'll see if that happens again. This time around, I don't know, is it a liquidity grab? It was oversold for a second. You got an inverse head and shoulders on the RSI down here. Momentum wave shifting to the upside finally. It looks good. Volume's a little lackluster right here, but you can't win them all. Avalanche is up 0.43% on the day. It broke below 2078 and it found support at 1982. Trying to chip away at 2078 next. It is sitting above it right now, which is great. If it does get above it and close, then 22 is our next target for bullish price action. RSI is chilling at the lower half. Momentum wave is also starting to shift towards the middle as well. Chainlink is up 0.93% on the day. Beautiful support at our purple trend line, which we've been watching for a couple of days now. We got a little double bottom action going on. Hopefully this is not a symmetrical triangle thing, because I do think that that is bearish. A bearish continuation. But we'll see. Fahid said, we will make streaming great again, Philly. Philly said, Fahid, the stream sucks. Stop trying to save it. 10 years before and after, I'd like to see the original buy-ins. That would be interesting to see, Jim. That would be pretty sick. Not, you know, you don't have to give us your life story, but I do thoroughly enjoy the idea of people making a crap ton of money just buying something and leaving it for 5-10 years. Chainlinks looks good. 1441 break would be the bullish scenario. Yeah, see, look at this. It's textbook every single time. You get the pump, chop, shakeout, pump, chop, shakeout, pump, chop, shakeout. It's going to go a little bit higher every single time. Mr. Roberts said, hello, nut tuggers. Hey, JJ. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, don't get your emotions involved in trading. Plan the trade and trade the plan. Exactly. 100%. That's the way that it needs to go. It's easier said than done, but it does need to be said. But he said 2028 is too far. 2028 is pretty far. I'm still on the 2026 train. I like 2025 still, but we'll see. Philly said, Mr. Roberts meant hello, tree huggers. Doge is up 0.78% on the day. A little double bottom action here as well. Everything looks relatively the same on these charts for some reason. Same scenario. Pump, chop, shakeout, pump, chop, shakeout. You could make a little argument for these little bullish humps, which mimic what Bitcoin did. Tishu said, yo, what happened to WCT? What is WCT? Woo! Oh my gosh, what is this? We've looked at it before. Looks like somebody took some profits. Woohoo! 44 and then 23. So 64. Honestly, the fact that it hasn't dumped further since then is kind of impressive. This thing was incredibly overbought, and somebody smart sold a bag. That's what happened. Maybe low liquidity. It never stops. It definitely has stopped. This is a hard stop right here. It went bam, and then it found a nice steady bottom. And you know, it took a while to get up there, so it's going to seem like it just fell out of nowhere. But you are literally sitting at the same price that you were at just a month or two ago. That is an unfortunate chart. But it happens, man. This thing was overbought. Hard. Like, it was overbought back here, and then it got even more overbought. And then it chilled out for a minute, and then bam. Jim said the amount of bearish divergence before the dump. Whew. Yeah. Yep. Yes, sir. Yeah. Aussie Khan said they are only going to resistance this Sunday pump like every week. Sundays usually dump, actually. We've had like 2 or 3 Sunday pumps probably in 2025. And one of them was from the weird random announcement of the Strategic Crypto Reserve Wallet Connect token. I don't like anything touching my wallet. Polygon Matic Pole up 0.7% on the day. Kind of looks like doo-doo. It kind of always does, though. This thing is a lower low on the chart. Double bottom or otherwise, nobody really cares. Because for whatever reason, this thing consistently outperforms its own bearish scenarios. So, I have nothing more to really say about this. It doesn't look great. It doesn't look horrible, but it doesn't look good either. Jim said I'm boring. I like tokens like Atom. Compound has me up despite cycle lows. Yes, that's the way to do it, man. I like boring tokens too, and I'm up significantly even now. And it's crazy to me. People are like, crypto sucks. Altcoins haven't moved. I've lost so much money. I don't understand what everyone's doing. Like, if we DCA'd the past 3-4 years that we've been here, us boring folk are at least up 2-3x. Which, you know, that's a pretty good return, honestly. It takes discipline. That's what it takes. NEAR is up 1.69% on the day. It did break below this little blue trend line that we've been watching for a month or two. But that's not really too crazy. We do still currently have a higher low, which is awesome, at 234, which is the support that we were looking for. 221 was previous support. We got our pump, chop, shakeout, pump, chop, shakeout. Is it going to continue? We'll have to wait and see. I like the concept. I like the idea. We are still in a overall uptrend on most of these alts, so we'll see what happens, man. We will see. Drummer said I'm late. Not really. We got 20 minutes for the daily close contest, so you're at least not late for that. The oversold nature of this bottom has me a little bit more bullish than previously, because This one was not oversold. This one, actually, this one wasn't either. It was oversold right here. We got 20 minutes until the daily close contest, so make sure you guys prepare your guesses. Chili's is up 1.59% on the day. A little double bottom action here on our purple trend line that we drew at 375. So looking good. Nice little pullback. We had the same scenario here. Pump, chop, shakeout. Pump, chop, shakeout. Unfortunately, the higher low, lower low scenario is not really an availability here. The WM played out for that perfectly, though. I will say that. I'm very proud of the WM on Chili's. But now we don't quite have that. Maybe we got a MW. Sloppy. It's kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about it. It is a similar situation to this, though. So I guess, yeah, I don't know. We'll see if we continue up from here. Momentum wave, pushing to the upside. So is the RSI. Silver, a little bit choppy today. Market strategy looks the same. DXY, a little bit choppy. NASDAQ and S&P also look the same. A lot of people are pointing out this bullish thing for the S&P. If you can ignore them, if you can look past my fractals. We had a break below, bearish retest confirmation, double bottom kind of thing going on right here. Break above, retest confirmation, continuation. I kind of like it. We'll see what happens, though. We will see. Bitcoin dominance, 64.5. Still struggling to get any significant gain on 64. 64.5 might be a nice rejection. We'll see. If she does go up further, I'm expecting a touch of the orange trend line at 65.57, 65.60. Because we didn't get that already. We have not gotten that yet. Which we've been waiting for, looking for. Jim said, regardless, my net return with staking compound is 34% despite being at cycle lows. Nice. Mr. Roberts said, that's awesome, Jim. I never went the staking route, but I hear real good things. Philly said 34% still good. Aussie Khan said, we are not going anywhere until we tap around 101k. We need much more buying pressure to blast through all-time high. We are bullish on 30 minutes, but we are bearish at daily, 3 daily, and if we close below 106.5. Billy said free money. Jim said, I just try to avoid the unsustainable staking coins. Anything above 25% gives me pause. Yeah, do you guys remember when Mark Cuban, who's a billionaire, by the way, Mark Cuban is the most wealthy shark on Shark Tank. He's like multi-billions. This guy participates in iron finance with like a 68% yield. And then it rugs. And he's like, oh, where are the regulators? And it cracks me up, dude. I'm like, who with billions of dollars looks at this and goes, this is sustainable and totally not a scam? What? Sir, give me some of your money. I will do a lot better with it than you. If you're going to throw it at a DeFi protocol, at least like donate the other, like double it and donate it to some like shelter, animal shelter or something. The animals deserve it more than your stupid ass. Jim said same issue in stocks. A yield that surpasses 10% would require a deep dive into the sustainability of returns to shareholders without significant NAV erosion to maintain the yield year over year. Aussie Khan said if we close under 106.5, the door to 100k is wide open and welcoming us with big flower bouquet. Billy said JJ stopped calling him Aussie Cotton. Jim said, to be fair, Iron Finance got him to launch INJ. INJ? What the hell's INJ? I'm thinking of Engine, which is ENJ. I don't know what INJ is. Philly said 3 to 4 years ago, PancakeSwap coin paid to close 100% staking. Paid close to 100% staking. Yeah, that's just 100% inflation. Drummer said, Jim, I feel the same, but I'm locked in Crow. Yeah, Crow is I like their marketing, but their coin and their card are kind of a sham. Philly said, wait, which token rug Mark Cuban? Iron Finance, Philly. Iron Finance. Bitcoin is currently trading at 105,745 and 48 cents. We got a lot of articles left over because I did not read any articles yesterday because it's summertime and I'm assuming everybody was out doing summertime things. Let me take a sip. Is it too hot? Hold on. perfect temperature. Delicious. All right, so let's go through some articles. Let me get a little bit zoomed in here. We got a nice little W going on Bitcoin. Looks good. I like the... Now, we did adjust this. If I hadn't adjusted it, I do believe it would be... Hang on. Maybe this? Yeah, actually, so both of these scenarios are pretty bullish. Or maybe it was this. No. No, it was this one. So we got a wedge, which we're breaking into the lower trend line of, or we have just a falling channel, which we're also breaking into the bottom of. Both are pretty bullish, actually. If we can hit these liquidations and get some further upside, that would be pretty sick. We're at 105.756 and 9 cents. We got 24 minutes until the daily close, 14 minutes until the daily close contest. Okay, this is where I was at. All right, let's take a look. Oh, injective. Okay. No, Philly, I'm not new. I just don't pay attention to flavor of the week coins. All right, let's take a look. We got Bitcoin price every 4 years. This, I thought, was a brilliant video. Or not video, post. A little bit blurry. We got 2020, little spike, and then the run. 2016, little spike, then the run. 2020, little double top action, and then a run. Now, we're getting a little double top action. Are we going to get a pullback and a run? That'd be kind of sick. Next we got this mustache guy. He said, has anyone noticed Bitcoin copies the same pattern from April-May 2025, almost identically? I'm staying true to my path. New highs soon. 130K plus for Bitcoin isn't a dream. I don't mind this one. These ones always kind of crack me up because it's really easy to like find 2 or 3 things that match up and then like highlight them and make a post about it. And get 156,000 followers on Twitter. But I like it. You know, it supports my bias, so of course I'm going to show you guys. We got breakout retest moon. Keep it simple. Bitcoin. I like it. We got a little double top here. Little pullback. Liquidity pullback right there. Halfway point. And then it's breaking above, retesting, and hopefully blasting off to the upside. Philly said, you think Engine is a flavor of the week token? Dude, let me show you, Philly. Or, I'm sorry, Injective, my bad. This is flavor of the week. So yes, I do. This is the flavor of the week token, 100%. This bam, boop, boop. It's got the bam, boop, and boop. The classic bam, boop, and boop. I'm just saying. That's just my opinion, though. That doesn't mean that it's not going to go up. That just means that I'm not a fan, myself, personally. But I also hold Cardano, so take everything I say with a grain of salt, obviously. Next, we got another altcoin thing from Mr. Mustache. The trend line for altcoins has been holding for almost 2 years now. Total 3 is about to touch it again. As mentioned so often, it's just a retest. We will see. We got oh yeah. Someone at Bitcoin 2025 said they saw Charles and Joe Rogan chilling. Big news is on the way. Charles mentioned that he's going on a big podcast this month, so could be pretty crazy. Wall Street Bets posted sentiment trackers now say Ethereum, Solana, Toncoin, and Cardano run 44% of the conversation, while Memecoins get only 4%. Pour one out for Dogecoin, folks. Dang. We got this guy talking about the 2021 double top comparison for Bitcoin. He said the 2021 double top comparison is dumb. Back then we had the Luna Ponzi, FTX selling paper Bitcoin, GBTC premium unwinding, and about to get hit with the fastest rate hikes ever. Now we have a systematic ETF bid, treasury companies buying billions, states building Bitcoin reserves. It does, beg the question, is this time truly different? This one I thought was kind of funny, just to kind of giggle at Peter Schiff a little bit. China just found the world's largest gold mine, maybe, buried nearly 2 miles under a gold field in Hunan. Geologists found something wild. What might be the largest gold ore deposits on Earth. Basically, possibly bigger than the current largest gold deposit, which is pretty crazy. Next, we got Sensei, another endlessly bullish personality on Twitter specifically. He's got his cute little arrows and stuff linking up. 3 hits to the upside, 2 hits to the downside. The third is the little swoop, little bear trap, and then the endless pump to the moon. Crypto Beast said this is the plan. One final pump to 120, 130, consolidation in that range for some time, followed by a bear market. While Bitcoin remains relatively stable, altcoins will explode, but you must exit before the crash. I'll tell you when to exit the market. You know what to do. This I only saved because it actually supports my concept of the frugal $120,000 Bitcoin target. Because I feel like anything higher than that, like, I would love for it to go to $200,000, $250,000, but that would take a lot of money. Now, I don't know if we're going to have a 4-year bear market. That might not come, but I do think that 120 might be a top, at least for a little while. And I'll happily be proven wrong. Like I said, I'm never going to fully enter the market, or fully leave the market. I'm never going to fully exit the market. But I don't know. I can't sit here and not take profits at $120,000. I feel like that would be the dumbest thing in the world to do. I would rather have profits and watch it continue than do nothing and, ride it all the way back down. That would suck. Let's see. Billy said, Jim, you hold PLTR. Fahid said, can we get a resolution of tariffs already? Billy said, Fahid, tariffs are on and off, on and off, on and off. It's becoming annoying. Fahid said, it is, and it's affecting everyone. Philly also, or Fahid, and then Philly said, wow, INJ dumpity dumped. Jim said, I sold already. Was up 500%, cycled most of those profits into PLTY, riding the yield and NAV erosion down. Monthly payout is immense, better than MSTY. All Roth related, no tax for me. Nice. Billy said, Fahid, tariffs are 100% necessary, but he needs to make a decision and stay with it. I agree. Fahid said, reciprocal, sure. Bringing back manufacturing, yeah. It should mean to be a threat. Jim said this tariff thing will span his entire presidency. In my opinion, the free trade blueprint is 4-year minimum. Yeah, I agree. Billy said, Jim, do your R key get swapped for the Y key on the keyboard? Yeah, no, I think those are actual stocks. All right, you guys can continue that conversation. We got Crypto X is flipping bearish again, predicting a 2021 double top. I see influencers saying, I sold Bitcoin today everywhere. The narrative is getting loud, but what's really behind it? I took a deep dive watching some important indicators. This is a great read if you guys want to go check it out. Stock Money Lizards. They posted it on May 31st. Highly recommend you guys read the whole thing. It's pretty entertaining, actually. Next, we got altcoin Golden Cross happened again in 2021. It triggered a 5,000% alts rally, where I made apparently $300,000 from $750. This year, the chart is screaming the same thing. So I'm glad I'm all in on these 7. So this one's one of those ones where they want you to click and read. But I like the signal. The Golden Cross is telling. We do get a little dump every time, at least for Bitcoin specifically, and that did just happen. This one was interesting. The Ton blockchain just stopped generating new blocks today, which is not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all. So keep that in mind when you're considering an investment into Toncoin, which also you should probably exercise caution, just because when they launched, they were immediately in the top 10, which is always sketchy. And then they modified their circulating supply on CoinMarketCap, which is how you fix your price, by the way. Wall Street Bet said, welcome to the age where geopolitical policy and dogcoin memes are equally capable of moving markets efficiency, but make it chaos. I like it. Next, we got the more Americans are carrying higher mortgage rates. 20% of mortgages in the U.S. are now have higher rates than 6%, the highest share in 11 years. This percentage has increased 5-fold over the last 3 years. At the same time, the share of mortgages with rates less than 3% has declined 10 percentage points to 24%, the lowest in 4 years. This comes as more homeowners let go of low-rate pandemic-era mortgages. As the trend accelerates, we should expect to increase of supply in the housing market. Keep watching housing supply. This is exciting for me. As you guys know, I've been in the market for a house for forever, and that's exciting because I want a damn house. We got the rumor Powell is resigning on Monday. Fasten your seatbelts. This printing will dwarf everything else and send hard assets sky high. I don't know if that's going to happen. That would be kind of crazy, but we'll see. Next, we got container shipping traffic from China to the U.S. is plummeting. This and then this right here was incredibly bullish to me. President Trump and Xi Jinping are expected to hold a phone call this week to discuss trade. Are we going to get a trade deal with China this week? That would be huge. That would be enormous. We got Michael Saylor hinting at buying more Bitcoin tomorrow, which is also exciting. Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick says tariffs are not going away. I agree. Again, though, like Fahid said, I think that they'll keep reciprocal tariffs no matter what. But the big threatening negotiation tactic tariffs, I think, will go away over time. And I'm just speculating, but that does seem to be the tactic that they're using. President Trump says if the court rules against him on tariffs, that would allow other countries to hold our nation hostage. We'll see what happens. We've already gone through this much of it. I feel like them getting rid of them entirely would be a mistake. But who knows, man? Who knows? Today, Tether increased its market cap by more than $5 billion versus its main competitor in the last 30 days, according to the Tether CEO. That's crazy. We got CZ from Binance, actually, and I believe he's talking about James Wynn here. He wants people to be able to trade on a decentralized perpetual trading protocol without everybody being able to see their positions, which I actually like that idea, because then the market maker can't see like, oh, JJ has a 500x position for some reason that can get liquidated at 105, 257. Let's send the price down there so that we can just take his money. Does that make sense? So I do actually like that idea, which is funny because everyone always points at CZ and Binance, trying to blame them as market makers for doing that, basically. Like, stop hunting, which is kind of crazy. Here we go again. We got the other rumor mill, Jerome Powell to resign. Rate cuts are coming. Altcoins will explode. I don't know who's going to cut rates if Jerome Powell is gone. You know what I mean? Fed Chair Jerome Powell is scheduled to deliver remarks tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. That is when we will see what happens. Alex Becker, gentlemen, they are rotating into ETH with a straight stone cold face. Alt season. It's time. Breaking, BlackRock just bought $70.2 million in Ethereum. Wall Street is coming for Ethereum. We'll see what happens. This one was just a really cool feel-good video. I'm actually we're gonna watch this and listen to it together. This is Robert Irwin, Steve Irwin's son. If you guys don't know, Steve Irwin is the crocodile hunter. This is his kid, pretty much doing the exact same thing that he did.
This is one of the highlights of my entire life and one of the most special moments ever for Australia Zoo. This is the very first Alsea Irwin's turtle, ever hatched for any zoological facility anywhere in the world. This species is a turtle that Dad originally discovered out in the wild. And for the first time, we've got a little baby. And right now, he's gonna get his first swim in a brand new pond. This is a little slice of the wild. Let's get him in the water. There you go, mate. Off he goes.
That's basically it. I thought that was really cool. I don't know. I feel like Steve Irwin was the legend, and Robert Irwin is following in his footsteps in like the coolest way possible. So, all right, we got less than 1 minute until the daily close contest. So let me zoom in on the Bitcoin 1 minute time frame, and you guys get your guesses ready. Bitcoin currently trading at 105,707 at 31 cents. Let's get the window open. All right, let's see. We got 33 seconds remaining until you guys can begin guessing. Jim said maybe 2022 NFT era, I think. Jim said we mainly just move back up to CME close before open. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn coming on the guest. Mr. Robert said, very cool, JJ. I loved his shows. He was one of those, like, Mr. Rogers, Bob Ross figures, you know, kind of defined like a whole generation. You gotta respect the greats, man. We got Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn coming in with 105, 555, 55. Aussie Con. 105, 822. Fahid. 105, 204, 69. Jim said plenty of yield-based ETFs and funds use treasury notes to prop their income and hedge against downside. Makes sense that stables would also scoop up notes. That's the easiest way to sell junk debt is stablecoins. We got Dave coming in with a guess of 105, 670. Long time no see, Dave. How you been? Billy said I'll type my guess after he types his. Jim said USDC's 4.5% APY is nothing to scoff at, especially if you hold cash as a hedge. Nice. Yeah, I'm still curious as to whether or not Circle's going to get acquired. I don't think they are because of the 105, 500 from JA. Because they said that they're not, but who knows, man. We got Dremmer coming in with 105, 777, 91. Let's see, we got 3 minutes and 9 seconds remaining. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said you can get 5.25% on Uphold. Nice. Billy said Jim KuCoin has an offer for 100% USDT staking for new members. A little spooky. They probably know that the new members are just going to trade it and lose it. We got Mr. Robbers coming over the guess of 105, 699, 23. Nice. Billy said, Dremmer, damn, bro. LOL. What did Dremmer do? 105, 777, 91. Jim said, I don't like KuCoin's spread, but stable yield protocols are far less suspect than DeFi protocols. I do like KuCoin as a whole. They have stuck around. The reason, like, what sold me on KuCoin after I left Voyager, like 2 months before they rugged, by the way, is KuCoin had a hack or a compromise like a year prior, and I looked into it, and they stopped it from happening. Like, there was money stolen, but then they stopped it, they fixed the problem, and then they replaced the stolen money literally all before anyone even noticed. And then they came out later, they were like, listen, we got hacked, we fixed the problem, we replaced your funds, everything's good now. They were fully transparent and honest. I was like, I like that. Everyone else is like, our protocol is bulletproof, and nobody will ever lose any money or any information or anything. And then Coinbase comes out and they're like, we were hacked in January. They didn't get anything important except for you with pictures of your license, your social security card number, and where you live, and everything else. That's crazy. That's important stuff. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Mr. Roberts said, oh shoot, Dave, LOL, I capped myself. What? I gotta go. At Dave minus 30. Okay. At Dave D minus 30. Mr. Roberts. I don't get it. Jim said, I didn't want to pay for my VPN, so I moved off KuCoin, sadly. Enjoyed using it from 2018 to 2021. Same thing, man. I'm not going to pay for a stupid VPN. I'm just going to move to the next exchange, honestly. Once they enforced KYC, it turned me off. And then I found Ourbit, and then I moved on to Bitunix. And I haven't looked back since. Bitunix was supposedly made by the same people that made MXC, and I love MXC, dude. MXC was so nice. Jim said KuCoin's coin offerings was absolutely head and shoulders above sexes at any time. Exactly. All right, we got Philly's guest coming in. We got, oh, Philly's guest came in right at the last second. Time's up. Let me get Philly's in. Mr. Roberts said, and a 640, please. What, are you changing yours to 640? Hang on. Let me get Philly in here. Philly's is 105, 210. Okay. And then Mr. Roberts, 640. Okay, I got you. 105, 640, 23, or just 105, 640? I'm just going to do 105, 640. Okay. Jim said Bitunix is excellent. Can't recommend enough. I love it, dude. I love it. Spot on. Hence why Trump launched USD1. Mr. Roberts said, yeah, that's why. That was my Dave minus 30. My first guess was a few cents below. Okay, got you. Okay, Tishu said, I mean, foreign individuals that can't get dollars through traditional means can get USD stablecoins, and that's like selling our negative currency to buy a dollar, correct? I think so. Jim said, spot on. Yep, USD1. Yeah, dude, stablecoins are going to be huge. Philly said, my VPN is $10 a year. You homos? It's probably not a VPN. I asked this before, but forgot what happened to MXC. They forced KYC and nobody wanted to do it because that's stupid. If I'm going to use a centralized exchange that forces KYC, I'm going to use just Coinbase because I'm only using it to on-ramp. After that, they can screw off and they're not going to be able to know what I'm doing because none of their goddamn business. That's my favorite thing, Cash App. I go to Cash App my fiance to like get groceries or something, and they've started asking me what I'm sending the money for, so I'll say the dumbest shit, like farts, or like just weird, stupid, funny shit. The other day I said, none of your goddamn business, Cash App. Because why do they need to know? One of my favorite videos is that I think it's an Australian dude going to the bank to like get like a couple grand, and they're like, what is this for? And he's like, I'm getting a sec change operation, got to go from a man to a woman. And they're like, you want me to put this down? And then the other one, he's like, I'm buying cocaine, loads of cocaine. And they're like, I have to put this down in the form. He's like, well, you asked what I'm using it for. It's so funny, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got approximately 2 minutes remaining until the daily close contest. Let's get these numbers sorted. We got Aussie Khan, whose name I misspelled. For some reason, there's a K in front of it, with 105, 822 even. Drummer, 105, 777, 91. Dave D, 105, 670. Mr. Roberts, 105, 640. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn, 105, 555, 55. JA, 105, 500 even. Philly, Driver, 105, 210. And Fahid, 105, 204, 69. Yarks and Flowers said the banks in Australia are insane with that shit. That's so... Dude, that video cracks me up. That is one of my favorite videos on the internet. It's too funny, man. It's pretty crazy to ask people what the fuck they're using their money for. Like, what do you mean? What am I using it for? I would just say the most outlandish shit every single time. Like, I would be blacklisted as just like a nasty motherfucker. All right, we got 57 seconds remaining on the clock. Tremors crying at Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn. What did I miss? Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, damn you, YouTube. Where's... I don't understand. Tremor, LOL. I say that in my head every time I type my number. JJ, see what he wrote in. By the way, his daily close number. What? Took like 12 tries. Oh. That's too funny, man. Billy said, JJ Cash App isn't asking why you're sending the money. It's for you, so you can... No, they forced me. They forced me to put a memo now. Like, I literally cannot send money without putting a memo. All right, this is it. The final candle that will determine the fate of our winner. 105, 629, and 19 cents. at the moment. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn might be our winner. There. Oh, hold on. We got a little pump. Ladies and gentlemen, the daily close for Bitcoin, 105,642 and 93 cents. Whoa, Mr. Robbers is our winner. Congratulations, Mr. Robbers, on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat for Mr. Robbers, 105,642 and 93 cents. Congratulations, Mr. Robbers, on your victory. I think it's a 105,640. Very, very close. $2.93 below. Very nice. Congratulations, Mr. Roberts, on your victory. Today's prize is a unique one, I will say. It sticks with the theme, but in a different way. Mr. Roberts is our victor for the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Spam the bananas in the chat. All right. Let's see. Mr. Robbers with a guess of 105,640. Actual daily close, 105,642 and 93 cents. Very nice. Mr. Robbers, resident Canadian. Canada takes another win for the team. Congratulations, Mr. Robbers. Let's get this off the screen. Cool. Very, very cool. Let me add Mr. Robbers to the winners Google Doc. Exciting stuff. Mr. Roberts has been winning quite a bit, hasn't he? Okay. In case you guys were interested, nobody won yesterday. Everyone was too bullish. And I cannot spell anything today. What's going on? Okay. All right. Let's see. Back to the chat. We got today's prize. Aussie Khan, please close your late longs. We're going to 100K minimum. All right, ladies and gentlemen, can I get a drum roll, please? The winner of today's daily close contest with a guess of 105,640 even and an actual daily close of 105,642 and 93 cents. Mr. Robbers on June 1st, 2025's prize is a charcuterie board. Congratulations, Mr. Robbers, on your victory. Enjoy your charcuterie board. You can share it with everybody here. You can take it home and enjoy it by yourself wherever you please. It's yours entirely. You are legally obligated to take it off the premises, though, regardless of whether or not you share it with people here or otherwise. Congratulations, and you're welcome. All right, let's see. Bitcoin currently trading at 10. What is it trading at? 105,621 even. Very nice. All right, let me go back a little bit. We have Philly saying Cash App isn't. Yep, I read that. Jim said the hatred for Monero from centralized entity tells me all I need to know. My bank did the same thing when I bought Monero. They saw pictures of stablecoins. They saw the purchase of stablecoins and then started asking questions. Yarkson Flower said the banks in Australia are insane with that shit. Tishu said, how did they know it was stables, Jim? Don't you send a fiat transfer from your bank and then buy stables on the exchange? Jim said the purchase has the underlying middleman attached. Yeah, yep. Tishu said, right. They see you sending money to a crypto exchange, but then they don't know what you're actually spending that money on, right? Yeah. All right, let's see. Salty ball. Congratulations, Mr. Roberts, once again on your victory. You've earned it, my friend. Now let's see where we end up. Let's do a little portfolio update. Our 1K to 10K Grok portfolio is down about 80 bucks, 79 bucks. Not doing that great. Not doing too bad, but it's not doing great, honestly. Currently being held up by Proppy, Render, Fetch, Sol, and ADA, being dragged down by Ondo, Shib, Near, Doge, and Aptos. 2 meme coins in the bottom 5. Interesting stuff. Next, we got our meme coin portfolio, which has been performing a lot better. It's probably going to get pretty spicy here soon, though. It's down 25 bucks at the moment. So, not doing too hot. We'll see where she ends up. And then third, the best performer so far, and still in profit, our narrative portfolio, currently in profit, $130.21. We only have one coin that's in the red, and that is VeChain. It's down 11 bucks. Mana's up 5 cents. Fetch is up $29. Tau is up $42, and Pepe is up $68. This portfolio is made up of one meme coin, one artificial intelligence coin, one real-world asset coin, one decentralized physical infrastructure coin, and one gaming coin. And if you want to build one yourself, you can just go to CoinMarketCap and click on those individual categories, pick something within the top 5, top 10. That's exactly what we've done, and it's literally still in profit. It's been doing tremendously well. Bitcoin chilling, 105, 560, and 98 cents. Congratulations, Mr. Roberts, once again on your victory. Let's see where we end up. Philly said, who stole the win for me today? Mr. Roberts. Hey, Mr. Roberts. I hope your sister's training bra rips. Mr. Roberts said, I've had a few dialed in closes for sure. Super happy on my luck. Very nice. Yeah, maybe I would like to see a metric where somebody wins the daily close. They buy a lottery ticket, and I would like to see how many times they've won that lottery ticket. Because we've had quite a few consistent winners. Mr. Roberts at the moment has 7 wins? Yeah, Mr. Roberts has 7 wins at the moment, which is pretty high. All things considered. Congratulations, Mr. Roberts, on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are interested in joining or following along, the Compound Trading Challenge has been kind of a crapshoot the past week, I would say. I'm a momentum trader, and there has been 0 momentum, at least when I'm available. And I guess maybe I should have been trading Bitcoin. But like, this stuff right here will be during work hours. Anytime there's any kind of, and even this is not like, this is great. This is not, this is great. This is not, this is not, this is not, this is not momentum. These are like just quick candles and then it's done with. And if you try to trade any of those, in my opinion, I end up screwed. So, we are still significantly in profit, but we are a couple of days behind now, for sure. So I got some catching up to do, which is making me a little bit nervous because I don't want to psychologically start to force trades, but I'm definitely trying to dial in a little bit. Where are we at? Total 3. Let's go take a look at total. I want to look at total 2 and then total market cap. And if you guys got any suggestions, feel free to shout them out in the chat, and I will happily take a look at them. Total 3. See, total 3's got the same thing that Bitcoin did. We got the pump. Hang on. The pump, the chop, shakeout. Pump, chop, shakeout. Is it gonna keep doing it? Because that would be pretty consistent with what it's done already in the past. Dave said I'm still 10x on Kokoro. Long hold for me. Nice. I like that. Yeah, guys, Dave posts in the Telegram on a regular basis, and it's never oversaturated. He only posts like consistent winners, which is kind of crazy. But highly recommend maybe paying attention to him when he says stuff. Make decisions for yourself, but it is what it is. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, anyone else get on the ZBC on around the past few weeks? They might partner with Ripple. I've heard some things. I've seen and heard mixed things. And it makes me a little standoffish because they kind of came out of nowhere and they are pumping up like a lot. But again, I'm just, you know, I'm a little overly cautious. I'm fully aware. So maybe don't pay attention to me. I can't chase green candles. And this thing's been incredibly green for a little too long for me. They got bearish div now. Like crazy bearish div. So just be careful if you guys are trying to buy the hype, but I'm not going to stop you. If you buy it and you make a crap ton of money, awesome. If you buy it and you lose some money, then, it is what it is. I will be missing out on this one, though. I've had a couple of people come in and tell me to buy it, and I don't. And so far, I could have made a decent chunk of change. Congratulations, Mr. Roberts, once again on your victory. Bitcoin 105, 687 and 34 cents, looking good. The question is, are we going to continue this pump? Let's go refresh our liquidation heat map and see where we're at. Dang, a lot of people fall off after the daily close contest. That's kind of crazy. We got 106.49. And then up above that, I guess I'll go right here, 106.205. That's pretty close little chunk right there. And then down below, 104.717. And then I'll go, I guess, all the way down here, 103.464. And then up top, I want to do one more green, just a little bit further away. Make it green, make it solid, make it 2. And I guess I'll go to this one, 106.832. Hello? There we go. Okay. So yeah, let's see where we end up. Not a whole lot going on in the market besides that. They've all start to move. Mr. Roberts going out to the fire. Take it easy, Mr. Roberts. I appreciate you for joining. Happy Sunday. Enjoy your week, my friend. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said you should follow up with another contestants to keep people engaged. You should follow up with another contestant to keep people engaged. What do you mean? With another contest. Oh. No, if people are only coming here for the contest, they can do what they got to do. I'm not trying to hold people here that are only here for, the 5-minute fun part. Okay. All right. Getting a little bit of a red candle here now. 105.528 and 30 cents. Interesting. Some alts are trying to be green, which is interesting to watch. How's Bitcoin dominance reacting? I'm feeling a little bit lost on dominance specifically. Like, I'm not really sure what's going on here. I don't know, it's hard to tell where it's going to go. Not that we could tell in the first place, but it's just interesting to watch still. What do we got? Gas is up 0.27, 25. Silver's getting a little bit pumpy. ETH not doing a whole lot. ADA's up for some reason. Mr. Barber said, I'm still listening at the fire. Just switching to phone. Okay. Nice. Billy said, JJ, random question. What kind of percentage maximum moon would you guess Pepe potential has? Maximum. See, Pepe is in our narrative portfolio, and it's definitely the top performer. It is up 68%, which is huge. What kind of percentage maximum? I don't know, actually. Let's do this. Let's go to market cap of. And let's do Pepe. Oh, jeez. Which one is Pepe? The regular, normal Pepe. Is it this one? Is that the one? 12. Yeah. Okay, so Pepe measured against SHIB. 1.5x. That's not that crazy, honestly. Let's say it gets in the top 10. Let's go Tron. That's 5.1. I don't know. Pepe's up there. It's definitely a big performer. I guess it really just depends on how much market share you think Pepe is worthy of taking. Do I think Pepe is better than Tron? Yes, I do. Do I think that people are going to buy enough of it to where it performs better than Tron? I have no idea. Genuinely have no clue what the potential could be. I personally enjoy Pepe, but I am historically bad at picking meme coins, so probably not the greatest person to take meme coin advice from. Let's see. What else do we got? Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, speaking percentages, what's your take when you want to take profits, but it keeps going up? I know, not financial advice. I like the idea of, I don't really know. Percentage wise, I have no clue. I have a dollar amount that I want to take out. Percentage wise, a little bit different. Like I want to have X amount of dollars and I want to take out X amount of dollars. You know what I mean? But percentage wise, probably the better path, honestly. Probably a lot easier to discern that way. Let's ask Grok, because I feel like Grok would have a good answer for this. If I'm trading cryptocurrency and I want a DCA out strategy, what percentage and time frame should I use to take profits along the way up? Yeah, Grok should formulate a beautiful plan for us. DCA out strategy, percentage to sell. Conservative approach, 10 to 20% at each price target. This allows you to lock in profits incrementally while retaining exposure to further upside. Example, if you hold one Bitcoin, sell 0.1 or 0.2 at each target. Moderate approach, 20 to 30. Aggressive approach, 30 to 50. Yeah, I like that. What's nice about the percentage too is the dollar amount should decrease over time, but you'll never sell your whole bag. Eventually, obviously, it'll get down to pennies, but that should take a considerable amount of time as long as you stick to the same percentage math over time. Target 1. Okay, so see, they're not doing the compound thing. Or are they? Purchase 50K. Each bull run, here's a sample. 20% at 60. 20% at 75. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to like write this down and look at it visually, figure it out. Adjust based on market momentum. Sell every 2 to 4 weeks in a strong bull market or every 1 to 3 months in a gradual uptrend. Additional tips, use trailing stops, monitor market sentiment, adjust for volatility, reinvest profits, backtest your strategy. I like that. Those are all nice words that I enjoy. All right, let's see. Philly said gourmet, it's still not a bad thing. Small profits are better than no profits. You still win. Exactly. Gourmet said, I'm up 150% on ZBCN, but every time I think of selling, it rallies more. Yeah, you just got to keep an eye on it. What I would do is I would set a stop loss, if you can, if you're capable. Set a stop loss in profit, and then you'll be good to go. Tremor said, Grok sucks it from the back. Billy said, JJ, you never finished telling me your guess on Pepe. I mean, that was, I don't have a guess. My guess is, I have no idea. I think it should take the place of Tron, which would be like a 5x. But I don't think it's going to, because for some reason Tron is in the top 10. So, and I also specify that I'm bad with meme coins. Mr. Robert said, I love the DCA out. I'm in my long-term accounts. Gourmet said, sorry, Philly. Didn't mean to cock block you. All right, let's see. Bitcoin 105, 436 and 41 cents. Chilling. Market went from super green to super red, and it looks like doo-doo now. Easiest thing in the world, just to open up a forever short, I guess. That's probably the best way to make money in this poopy market, which makes it incredibly boring and lame. That literally, I think, does actually make the most sense as well, which kind of sucks. Because if you look at it, and I've explained this a couple of times, I think, especially recently, the market goes down for a really, 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 really long time, and then it goes up really quick, and then it goes down for a really, 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 really long time again. So you have this little short little, like, let's call it a year, 1 year window. And then in the 4-year cycle, you got 3 years of bear market, where if you just open a short, you'll make a shit ton of money. But in the bull market, you can make a lot more, a lot faster. It's just the time frame kind of scenario, which kind of ruins the fun. But it is what it is. Congratulations, Mr. Roberts, once again on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, happy Sunday. Baha said check out Portal. The game? No. Okay, there's Portal on Tether, or on Binance. Check out Portal. Portal is incredibly... I think this rug... Is this a rug? I can't tell. Maybe they just inflated it for some reason. Maybe it's a rewards thing. Portal crypto. Portal price today. Let's go to CoinMarketCap. It's on Binance, Bybit, Bit. Okay, so is it new? Why does it seem like it's never had a green day? Yeah, this is kind of crazy chart, honestly. Maybe I'm a weenie. Maybe it's just back to launch price? It's very close to zero, though. This thing was $2 just a year ago? Oh my gosh. It's 5 cents right now. That's kind of crazy. Billy, no. Poor guy's probably just asking a question, man. Let's go take a look at their Twitter. Portal is uniting Web3. Oh, apparently not. Powered by the Hyperway, our universal liquidity network, Portal Hub, Wallet, and Pay are redefining how users and apps connect. CJ said rugged. It might be rugged. I mean, they're posting games using Pay and accepting Portal, and G3 are eligible to receive 25K of best-in-class co-marketing. From quest to video content and newsletters, we're driving growth and revenue for top Web3 games and apps on every chain. They got off the grid here. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like they're doing something, but I guess this chart screams rewards token, and with a rewards token, with every rewards token, They have to print. They have to print. So the supply is increasing endlessly. And they're putting it on the open market, and people sell because they want to collect their winnings. So the dollar value goes down while the supply actually increases over time. Makes sense? Dave said, do you think it will still be a normal 4-year cycle with all the ETF and big money buying Bitcoin? No, I think we have officially killed the 4-year cycle. I think that everybody's confused right now. They're looking for the 4-year cycle. They're looking for the double top, just like 2021, because it's been 4 years. They do the math. They're like 2021 plus 4 is 2025. And they think that it's going to be over. And I would not be surprised because of all of that. And because it's a completely different market, I would not be surprised if we literally go into 2026 before like the true bull market alt season kind of scenario. That would suck because that seems like a long time to wait. But also, if you've been here for 3-4 years, like most of us already have, you don't really care to wait another year. Less than a year. It's been, what do we got? 6 months? Who cares? Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said this time around it's not normal. Different game now with regulations coming. Dude, we got regulations. We got the most pro cryptocurrency administration that ever existed. And whole countries are establishing Bitcoin reserves. It's kind of crazy. It's a crazy time to be alive for sure. All right, Bitcoin 105,571 and 42 cents. Not a whole lot going on. Very indecisive right now. Yep, see what I mean? This is the unlock schedule for Portal. They're printing. It will taper off in July of next year. And then eventually they will cap at 1 billion in 2030. So they're kind of just printing money at this point. Yeah, see? Team and advisors get 500K. Private sale investors get 100K. Yeah. Unfortunately, Portal, the price is probably screwed until at least July of next year. Obviously, unless more liquidity comes in. The problem is those people that are receiving the tokens are going to continue to sell. And the price is going to continue to drop. Unless people step in and they start buying the crap out of this and outweigh the selling pressure. But as of right now, the circulating supply is half of the max supply. So we probably have to at least double the spending, double the buys in order to get the price to actually be positive. Yeah, it's down 98.5%. So it's not necessarily a scam. Everything's public. People just got to realize that the price is probably going to go down until there's a lot of hype. Because they are just unlocking the crap out of the token availability. That would be pretty sick, though, to have a project and just get $500,000 every month. You know what I mean? I don't know. What's crazy, though, is like how much money, because it's not going to be worth that much if this thing's 4 cents. I don't know. I guess that's my next question. If they're only releasing like 2% at a time, market cap's 27 million. So yeah, that's 500K. So if the price continues to go down tremendously and that market cap really sells off, that 2% release isn't going to be 500K for very long. You know what I mean? So they are incentivized to keep people buying. So I guess there's that. That's nice. All right, we got a couple more things on news. We got global debt hits a new all-time high of $324 trillion. This one cracks me up. There's the people that do like the mock live or the mock podcasts, and they like publish videos on X and stuff. My favorite so far is the aliens doing the podcast, and they're like, there's 8 billion people in the world, and the entire planet's in debt. And the other alien's like, who do they owe money to? And then the first alien goes, themselves? And then they both start laughing. It's too funny, man. Like, if the planet defaults on its debt, what are they going to repossess Earth? There's nobody that we owe money to off of the planet. The other thing that they said in the mock alien podcast was they were like, they have every resource that they would ever need on their planet, and they invented a monetary system. They invented scarcity, and now they're in debt to themselves for no reason. And I don't know, it's just funny, man. It cracks me up. Last but not least, we got crypto funds saw $3.3 billion in net inflows in the week ending May 23rd, the second largest amount this year. Investors poured the most money into Bitcoin funds at $2.9 billion, followed by $326 million into Ethereum funds. Since 2019, cumulative net inflows to crypto funds have reached a whopping $63 billion. Crypto asset inflows have doubled over the last year. Crypto is in a bull market. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Congratulations on making it to the end of the stream. I appreciate you guys for watching. I'm probably going to call it an evening. As always, if Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. Smash the like button on your way out. Happy Sunday and good night.